Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing really well. We're having a little bit of a carb brekkie this morning. Our food shop has run out again. I feel like we're getting through our food shops way too quickly in our house. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like we're doing like 2 a week, like 2 big food shops a week. So I feel like something's going on there, but I just got myself some toast from Costa. If you didn't know you could do that, like I didn't know, I love my toast for breakfast. Like it's my favourite breakfast in the world, like just toast and butter. I feel like it's just simple but so effective. And I also picked up a little iced maple hazel because I'm trying to make the most of these. These are my favourite coffees ever. But they didn't put the whipped cream on it, and the whipped cream has like little sprinkles on it, which is like the best part for me. So this just isn't hitting the same, but it's okay, it's still nice. And I've just pulled up to the shops because I need to pick some stuff up for us. Obviously I need to pick some foodie bits up, so I've come to Waitrose, and then there's a big B&M, and I want to have a look around the B&M because I've got FOMO. I feel like I've not been to B&M in ages. I feel like it's probably hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been a while. And I also want to do some baking today. I feel like I'm trying, I said this on my TikTok last night, but I feel like time is going so quickly at the moment. And obviously I'm doing Vlogtober, which is me trying to make the most out of my favourite season anyway. But I feel like I'm just trying to like make the most of these last 2 weeks because I feel like everything speeds up. Like I feel like as soon as we get into November, everyone's straight on to Christmas. So I'm trying to soak up these last few, is it a week we've got left of October? And I also feel like I've probably got toast crumbs all over me. But I also feel like I haven't done as much baking as I wanted to. Like baking for me, I just really associate that with October, autumn, and I just feel like I've not really done much of it. I've only done it like a couple of times, so I would like to do some baking today. And I always try and time it like just before the weekend, so that if we see anyone, like if we see Sam's family or whatever, we can like give them some bits and we're not just eating it all ourselves. Because when you bake and there's only 2 of you living in the house, it takes us like a week and a half to get through it. So you're literally eating like cake or cookies or whatever every day for a week or 2. So I need to find a recipe actually, because I have no idea what I'm gonna bake. So let's do that now actually. Do you know what I was fancying? I don't know where I saw these. I don't know if it's a Jane's Patisserie recipe, but I saw someone making s'mores cookies, and I feel like that's what we're going to go for. Let me see if I can find a recipe for them. Yeah, so Jane's Patisserie has got these, which are actually like, they're like cookie sandwiches. I've literally got crumbs all over me right now. Excuse the state of me. I've parked like right in the corner of this car park so no one can see me having my little breakfast feast in my car on my own, munching my Costa toast, but it's actually going down really well. I'm so hungry. But that's not the s'mores cookie vibe that I was going for. I was imagining more like, you know, like chunky chocolate chip cookies, but with like marshmallows in them, like baked. Imagine like baked gooey marshmallows in a cookie. Or would they burn? Maybe that's why I can't find any recipes. I found an American one, but it's all like American ingredients and American measurements, so I might just wing it. I might follow the Jane's Patisserie New York cookie recipe. Is the best. Like they are the chunkiest, gooeyest. They taste like Domino's cookies but times 100. Like they're so much better. So I might just do those and add in the marshmallows. Or do we want a cake? I don't know. I'm gonna have a little look. Yeah, so this is the vibe that I'm thinking. Let me show you this picture. Oh, look at them. And I am quite limited with, if you can see any crumbs of toast around my face, ignore them please. But I am quite limited with like autumn baking, because if it was just me in the house, there's nothing more than that I would love than like some really, I actually have been considering doing, I might do this as well as cookies today, because I have been craving like big juicy cinnamon rolls with loads of like icing on the top, because I keep seeing everyone making them, and the kits from M&S. Maybe we should go to M&S and see if I can get the kits. I have looked in our M&S before and I can't find them, just as like a quick easy bake, because I absolutely love cinnamon rolls. They're like my favourite things ever. Like I love them so much, and I feel like that is such an autumny thing to bake. But Sam cannot stand cinnamon, so I can't do any like autumny bacon with cinnamon in it, so it limits me. But maybe I might go all out today, treat myself and make myself some cinnamon rolls, and then I could maybe take some round to Sam's or my dad's as well. I might do that as well. So we'll do a Sam recipe, maybe like the s'mores cookies, and then the second recipe can be really autumny, and might make myself some big old cinnamon rolls. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I might do that actually, because I'm just imagining myself like over the weekend for breakfast having like a big fat cinnamon roll. I don't think I've ever made them before either. That would be fun. Let's do that. This is so random, and I promise you we're getting out of the car in a minute to go and get bacon ingredients, and we're going to go bake, and we're going to have a cozy autumn afternoon. But I've just watched a TikTok, and I wanted to share with you like an experience that I've had, and just while we're having our morning coffee, you know, like we're just going to sit and have a little girl chat. And I wasn't going to share this, and when it happened I was actually filming a vlog, and I like touched on it, and I was like, no, I'm not going to share it, because you never know when you're like talking about things like this, if what people's views are, what their beliefs are, like if you're going to get laughed at, if you're just going to be shut down, like if it's going to change people's like thoughts on you and whatever. But I am a very spiritual person. I like to think I am anyway. I'm very open to, I've also got really dry crusty lips, so if you saw any like, this is gross, any like dry skin back then, just ignore. But I'm feeling like grief for my nan is feeling very heavy at the moment, and I'm missing her a lot, and we're not going to bring this video down because I'm feeling a little bit better this morning. I've woken up and I feel a bit lighter. But you know, if you've lost someone close to you, you'll know what I mean, when like you'll get like weeks or days, or like I'll just get like an afternoon or something and it just feels really heavy, and then you'll like be fine and you carry on and whatever. But anyway, so this is like a little encounter that I've had, and I really like to think that it was my nan reaching out to me and visiting me and like trying to give me like a hug and a bit of comfort. So I basically just watched this loose woman story, and this woman sat on there saying that about like a visitation, like a spiritual experience that she'd have from her friend that had passed. So I wanted to come on here and I wanted to tell you something that happened, just because I know some people aren't going to believe this. I know this isn't some people's things, but I truly believe, hand on heart, that my nan was sending me a message, and it was just the sweetest thing, and things like that really comfort me. And I've always been a believer. Like I love hearing stories like this of other people. And like I remember me and my mum used to watch Psychic Sally. I don't know if anyone remembers that, when the psychic on the stage, she was like a Cockney like Londoner, like an older woman like in her 50s, and she had like a blonde bob, and she used to do these shows and people would come and visit, and like she'd pick out people from the audience that she'd be speaking to, like their relatives and whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna get on to my story. So I was having a bit of a wobble. It was probably like a couple of months back. It was quite soon after Nan passed. I was upstairs, my phone was downstairs on charge with Sam on the sofa. I was upstairs, I think I was taking my makeup off, getting into my PJs, and I had her little funeral, is it called an order of service? You know, like the booklet that you read at the funeral with like the hymns and stuff in. And she actually had 2 funerals, my nan, because she was originally from Oxfordshire, so she was buried in a graveyard. It was really sweet actually. She was buried in a graveyard where her mum and dad were, and literally opposite this graveyard was an old cottage, and it was the cottage that she was born in. So we all were saying like it was just such a special thing, like that's what she wanted. We were all a bit apprehensive about it, just because it's so far from where where all my family live, so it's going to be hard to visit her and whatever, but that's what she wanted. And she was back with her family, like back like to her roots and where she belonged, and it just seemed really special. So she had 2 separate funerals, one in Oxfordshire and then one more local, so that her elderly friends could come, because if not it would be like a 2-hour drive from the place where she was living with all of us to where she was originally from, if that makes sense, and where she was going to be buried. So we had a really close, intimate funeral service in Oxfordshire where she was being buried. We buried her, we had that service, whatever, and then we drove 2 hours back home to have a second service so that all of her like local friends could come to that one. So I was like on my desk, and I had both of the order of services on my makeup desk. I was taking my makeup off, doing my skincare, like getting ready for bed basically. And as I say, my phone was downstairs on charge with Sam on the sofa. And I was having a bit of a cry, like I was just having a bit of a tear. I was just having a moment, and I was reading through the first funeral booklet, where all the hymns are, and I was reading like some poems that family members had written about her, and I was just getting really emotional. There's a picture of her, and that always like sets me. I've actually had to put them away because every time I looked at it, it just made me get upset, so I've put them away now, but I had them both stood up on my dressing table. And I was reading the first funeral, so the funeral where we buried her in Oxford, and the entrance song, so the song that her coffin was carried into, was oh, what's the song called? I've forgotten it now. Let me actually have a look because I've got the screenshot on my phone. Okay, so this, sorry, it's an older song, so I'm not that familiar with the name of it, but it was Bridge Over Troubled Water. And that was the song that her coffin was carried into, and it's the song that's in that first funeral booklet, whatever. So I had my cry, I came downstairs. I went on my phone that was downstairs at the time. I opened my phone up. I think I went to search something or whatever. And this was on my phone. Spotify. So the song Bridge Over Troubled Water that was played when she was carried in wasn't the Elvis version, but me and my nan both loved Elvis. My nan was the biggest Elvis fan that I knew in my whole life. Like her house was covered in canvases of Elvis. She had like little Elvis purses. Like she was obsessed. The version that she was carried into wasn't the Elvis version, which I think makes this even weirder, because Elvis, I feel like now it's even more special to me because it's like mine and hers little thing. And that was just on my phone. So there's a few things that make this weird. I have never searched that song on my phone. Never. I don't have a Spotify account. I've never used Spotify on my phone, which sounds bizarre because I know most people use that. I used to use Apple Music, and I'm really old fashioned. Like if I want to listen to a song, I'll YouTube it. I don't know why I'm like that. I've always done that. There's no explanation for this at all, and it was just so weird because I don't know if anyone else is going to get the weirdness of this and like how like crazy this is to me, because there was 2 funeral booklets as well. The amount of songs that were in those things, like I was reading the first booklet, which is the entry song that she was carried into. This song is the Elvis version of the song. Like there's just at first I was a bit like, okay, like my phone's done like a weird thing, you know, where it sometimes reads text, like if you hover your phone. I was like, it's done that, like it's picked, but then I was like, no, my phone was on charge downstairs with Sam. I was upstairs. Like I just have no explanation for it. And I know some people will think like Sam is a non-believer. He doesn't believe in ghosts, he doesn't believe in spirits. Like whenever I show him videos or like I tell him things, he just like shuts it down, like it's not his thing. He's very science, fact, that kind of thing. So when I said this to him, even he was a bit like, that is weird, like because he knows I don't have Spotify, he knows I've not searched the song. Like I just have no idea how that ended up on my phone. And then when we were in Waterstones, I was reading a bit of the Psychic Sally book, and she was saying in there how loved ones can reach out through like electronics, through radio or songs and that kind of thing. And I was just like, oh my god, that is just so special to me. Like I don't care what anyone else thinks about that. I know it sounds a bit airy fairy to some people, but I just took that as like a cuddle from her, like saying it's okay, I'm all right. And she was just like sending a message to me, and I just find things like that fascinating. And it's nice to think that there is something out there. And yeah, after my little cry, I was like, oh, that is just, I literally had goosebumps. I was like, what on earth? But yeah, that sounds really random. It really starts a really weird start to this Vlogtober episode. But I was just sat here drinking my coffee, eating my toast, and I saw that story and I was like, I want to share what happened to me because I just think it's incredible. But anyway, let's get on with the cozy autumnal day. If you've had any weird experiences like that, let me know in the comments, because I love hearing things like that. It fascinates me for one, and it really comforts me knowing that like our loved ones are still around us. And I do feel like she's around me. Like I'm not going to get too airy fairy, but you know when you can just feel her presence. And she was such a loving lady, and if anyone was going to like go beyond the grave to make us know that she's still there and she still loves us, it would be her. I'm not going to get emotional, but yeah, let's go and get some ingredients. Let's have a cozy little autumny day, and I'm so excited to spend it with you, and let's make the most of this last week of October. How weird is this? Maybe I've seen this and I subconsciously was referring to this, but I'm not going to cheat and get that. but that's the sort of thing that we're going to go for. I feel like ever since I've mentioned it, they're everywhere now. They've got this little kit in B&M and you get the little crackers and everything. It looks proper American. I know I was literally just saying in the car that we're trying to make the most of autumn, but I literally cannot help looking at all the Christmas stuff this year in B&M. Look how pretty those crackers are. Honestly, there's like 3 or 4 aisles and it's all so good. Look how cute. A little baking set. I feel like they've really gone all out this year. It feels very like American. There's just so much of everything. I love these. I feel like they're very white company. And they're only £6 for 2. Okay, we are back. I'm going to do a little haul of what I picked up. Nothing too exciting, but I popped into B&M and then Waitrose to get like the baking ingredients. But I've decided as well that we're not going to do the cinnamon buns today. I feel like that's a bit extreme. I'm going to save that for another day. In the rest of Vlogtober we can do that together. I might order the ingredients on our next Tesco food shop. But in B&M I picked up some marshmallows for the cookies, and I saw these when I was checking out and I thought they would just make the cutest little like Halloween hot chocolate, maybe on Halloween night. But look, they're little pumpkin marshmallows. And then I just got some hand soap, bread from Waitrose. Literally can't buy Jason's anywhere. It's sold out on Tesco. We can't order it at the food shop, and they didn't have any in Waitrose either, so I think it's become really popular. And then I just got a big bag of buttons to do the s'mores cookies, and then some flour. The recipe is actually really simple, which is good because I hate like reading a recipe when you're in a supermarket, like trying to read through all the ingredients and make sure that you've got it all. But the Jane's Patisserie New York cookies recipe, it is really simple and straightforward. And then I just picked up some ciabatta, like Subway type rolls. We're gonna have steak sandwiches tonight. And then a milk, some body wash from B&M. I really like the look of this one. And then just butter, light brown sugar for the cookies, and dark chocolate chips, because my like secret cookie hack, if you're making cookies, always put in milk and dark chocolate. Even if you're not like a dark chocolate fan, I feel like dark chocolate in cookies and like baking melted, it just takes it to a whole new level, and the combination together is the best. And it's dark chocolate in the Domino's cookies, if you didn't know. That's like that really rich, like melted gooey chocolate. It's just so good. So yeah, I'm going to pack all this away now, and then we can get started and make some s'mores, chunky, autumny, cosy cookies.
Are you so cute? Are you being so cute? Oh, you're tired. Oh yeah, cuddles, cuddles. Oh, is she being all cute? Is she being all cute?
Okay, I'm just starting to measure out all the ingredients ready for the cookies. This is the recipe that I'm using for anybody who wants to make these. They're the Jane's Patisserie New York chocolate chip cookies. I've made these before, like just keeping them as they are, but today we're making like a s'mores version. So I'm literally just gonna, I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know if these are gonna burn. I don't know whether to do like a test run, but I'm pretty sure I've seen people cooking these before. So I'm just gonna chop up some of these marshmallows, probably like in half, so they're like big chunks of marshmallow, and then put them either like on the top or in the cookie dough. I don't know, I'm a bit scared about doing this. I don't know if they're gonna burn and like go all like burn on the top, you know what I mean? Should be okay though, because I've seen people put marshmallows in the oven before. So we need 125 grams of butter, we've got that, 100 grams of light brown sugar, 75 grams of granulated sugar, a medium egg, need an egg, egg out, vanilla optional, 300 grams of plain flour, baking powder, we need baking powder, and bicarbonate soda. I thought they were pretty much the same thing. Sea salt, and then we've got our chocolate chips. It says 300 grams of chocolate chips. I've got 100 grams, and then we've got the big bag of chocolate buttons. I'm sorry, I just cracked these open and had one out. I'm literally, my mouth is like salivating at these chocolate buttons. I A plain chocolate button is just like unmatched. Right. Oh my god. Yum. Right, what do we have to do first? Add butter and sugar to a bowl and beat until creamy. Add in the egg. I've got that like chocolate bubbly throat. Oh my god, they're so good. Do you know what's made me think of these actually? I keep seeing everybody. So, it's gross talking my mouth full, but do you remember when me and Sam did the M&S challenge like a few videos back? We got those chocolate button shortbreads from M&S. And now they've gone viral, and if you're in an M&S, chocolate bubble throw, oh my god, if you're in an M&S, that's a mouthful, go to the bakery section, and if they've got them in, get them, because they're so good. It's like a really moist, doughy shortbread with their massive chocolate buttons in it, and it's just incredible. So that's why I got those chocolate buttons to add into these cookies. Okay, so I remember this. So you've got to make the cookie dough and then you put them in the fridge for at least 30 minutes or an hour to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. I feel like that makes all the difference in the cookie dough. So let's go on and make the dough, and then we can put it in the fridge and then bake them and have them warm and fresh. So I'm going to use my big mixing bowl. Mixing bowl, and then I'm just going to add, move you down a little bit so that I can be on my little cooking show. Honestly, there's always a tripod in the background of these shots. It's so funny. It's literally just my life. It's like Big Brother. I need to decide today as well. I actually washed my hair today and blow dried it and curled it, and I used a new Tresemme oil that they'd sent me in some PR, which was really nice. But I was looking at my hair and I was like, I need to decide what I'm doing in my hair appointment. You know, I keep mentioning that me and Mum are going to Sheffield, and I'm treating her to get hers done, and I'm going to have my hair done at the same time. So I thought, while we're there, I may as well, like, I go like once a year to my hairdresser, so I want to make it worthwhile while we're there for her, and I want to get mine done. But I don't know whether to go, blonder. I'm quite liking the dark at the moment, which is so unlike me. Like, as soon as my hair starts to get darker, I hate it, but I'm quite liking it. I don't know if it's because it's like quite autumnal, but I need to decide whether I want to get some more blonde put in it. I probably am going to get blonde put in it, just because I feel like I need a bit of a freshen up, you know, like, I just feel like it needs brightening up a little bit, and I need like a toner put in on it. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you prefer me darker, or do you think I should go a bit blonder? Everyone keeps saying darker, like all my family and my friends and that. My mum loves my hair when it's dark, so she's team dark. But I just feel like I don't resonate with my natural colour. I know you're supposed to suit your natural colour the most, but I just resonate, like, as soon as I get blonde put in my hair, I'm like, I feel like me again. So we've got the brown sugar, the granulated sugar, and the butter in here. So I'm just gonna beat this. This is actually such a workout when you don't have one of those electric whiskers. I kept getting tempted, you know, when you see the kits, like every time I want to bake, I'm out and I'm buying the ingredients, and you just see those kits with like the boxes, and it's literally just the powder that you mix with egg. I always get tempted, but I was like, no, I'm not going to cheat. We're going to make these, and it is better when you make them from scratch. But our next house, I really want like a big, is it a KitchenAid? KitchenAid, you know, like the big bougie, like electric whiskers for baking. I feel like that's when I'm really entering into my baking era. Right, would you say that's light and creamy? That's gonna be light and creamy, that's fine. And then we're gonna add in an egg. And beat again. Okay, so I've just watched some TikToks. Hasn't really given me like a definitive answer of what I should do with these marshmallows. Like, in my head, I'm thinking just make a chocolate chip cookie dough and then maybe sit one of them on top, so it, like, you know, like melts and goes all over it. Should I do that, or should I just mix it into the batter? I really can't make my mind up on what to do. I wish this was like real time and you could tell me what to do, like anyone who's good at baking. I'm going to mix them in. I'm going to mix it in. Let's just chop them. I'm going to chop them in half so that it's not too much, you know, because I feel like a yeah, that sort of size. And then we'll put them in the dough. If anyone's good at baking and you're like screaming at me through the TV or the screen or whatever, like don't do that. Like we'll just see it. It's an experiment, and then you can learn from my mistakes if this is not the way to do it. But I'm hoping that'll be okay. And then I'm just going to put the chocolate chips and the chocolate buttons in. These are really so chocolatey. Okay, this is what the dough's looking like. I think I know why they just push them on top in a lot of recipes now, because it doesn't really mix into the dough, but it looks okay. I'm just going to like squidge the balls together and make sure that each one's got a little bit of each little thing in there. This is how they're looking. I've tried to like squidge the dough around the marshmallows as much as possible because they don't look like they're like securely in there, but I think when they're in the oven and they melt and everything, it'll be fine. So I'm going to put these in the fridge now for about an hour before we cook them. That is so cute. I've just had a knock on the door and it was the postman, and I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% sure, 99% sure that my cousin, Maraimi, if you're watching, because I know sometimes she watches my videos, I think this is from her. She messaged and said that a birthday present was coming for me, and oh my god, I love it. I actually wanted one of these for so long. I actually tried to find one when we were out in Dubai, but I couldn't, and it's like a little necklace. I'm assuming that's my name in Arabic, because it says our unique collection allows you to truly express your Arabian heritage while adding a personal touch. One thing you will leave behind in this world is the beauty within your name. Custom Arabic name necklace holds charm and value which allows you to express your story. And for anybody who doesn't know, I'm sure I've said it on here before, but my cousins are basically half Emirati. There's like loads of links with our family and the UAE, and my mum and dad got married out there. My dad lived out there when he was a little boy. Like my auntie and my cousins still live over there, and I used to visit when I was a baby and stuff like that, so it's just a really special place. And obviously my cousin's nationality, and I love this so much. Hang on, Lola wants to go out. You do pick your times, don't you, baby girl? But the timing of this is actually really good, because my auntie, my cousin's mum, who lives out there in the UAE, she bought us all these beautiful little bracelets as like a little, it was after my nan passed and she gave us all one, and I absolutely love it. Like I've literally worn it every single day. I haven't taken it off. This needs to go because it's all tarnished now, but I just bought that from ASOS to go with my little gold bracelet. I can't remember the name of the brand, but she got us all matching ones, like me and all my girl cousins. There's, how many of us is there? There's me, Ellie, Amber, Yasmin, Amy, Farah. 6 of us? I might have counted that wrong. I'm pretty sure there's 6 of us. 6 girls on my dad's side, like cousins. She got us all matching ones. And this is so my nan. Like this is so my nan style. Like I feel like this is something that she would have worn. So it's just so nice that we've all got one of these, and I literally haven't taken mine off. But usually I'm like a silver girl by default. But ever since wearing this, I have actually been like looking at some gold jewellery, because I like both of them. I like wearing both of them. Like I've never worn gold before, so this is like introduced me to wearing gold. But like my earrings, my bangle, this is what my mum got me for my 21st birthday. She had it made, and this has never left my body. Like I'm one of those people, when I wear jewellery, I just leave it on all the time. So I like really basic stuff. But I started wearing gold and silver, so I'm so excited about this. Thank you so much, Maria. I'm going to message her now. I'm assuming it's from her. Like she said, it's a birthday present and you'll know that it's from me. So I'm assuming that this is from her. I'm going to put it on now. Oh, I love it. I feel like I need to take this off if I'm wearing this one. How cute. I'm officially like entering the gold side, and I love it. Sam's going to love this too, because he knows that I was looking for one when we were out there. Oh, I love it so much. How cute is that? And then the shop, she must have ordered this from like somewhere over here, because I think the return address is Bradford, so you might be able to buy this in the UK. It's Al Huda jewellery. Gonna get it! It's okay. Are you gonna get it? Oh, scary girl! It's a bit later. We waited until after dinner to cook them and put them in the oven so that we could eat them warm and fresh. Oh, look at that marshmallow.
They look real good.
Oh, they're big chunky boys. Are you ready? Sam's got his little bowl of ice cream. I'm going to get a glass of milk. Which one are you going to go for? I'm going to have one. You can have two. We've got loads. They are piping hot, yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh. Are they better with the marshmallow in, or?
Yeah.
I'm going to break.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally put marshmallow in a cookie, but it actually goes.
Oh, look at that. With the marshmallow. I don't know why, like I must have seen them somewhere.
It's not the perfect texture.
Do you know what I was thinking about doing? I don't know if it'd be a bit too far. Putting like crushed digestives in them.
That would be pretty good to be fair, or on top.
Thanks for watching. Say bye.